Hello, my friends, and welcome in. Today, we are going to be testing FSD 14.2, and it's our first go, so we'll be doing it together here for the first time. So a couple of things here before we get started. One of the first updates you'll see is 3D maps, right? So now it's 3D, already looks really cool. Some of you have asked for me to pull up the cameras, but because there's a new big map update, I'm going to leave the map in view for this drive. Also, I enabled Tron Mode. I'm not a huge Tron fanboy, but that looks cool. So we're going to leave it in play there, and we'll talk about it a little bit. If you have the latest update, including Tron, you can enable it right here in the toy box. Here's Tron, and it's on. So there's Tron. The three things that I've noticed about it, four things. The instrument cluster looks super cool. When we are in FSD, it's the Tron bike that you see rather than the Tesla. There is a Tron sound effect when turn signal indicators are initiated, and the lock sound is a Tron sound. So those are the things. We're going to be testing a couple of things here in 14.2 today. We're going to be in standard mode. We're going to make a quick run over to the Walmart. If you look ahead to the end of the driveway here for me, you're going to see a couple of trash cans sitting there. The trash recycling has not run yet. This is going to create a challenge for FSD coming out of the parking lot here because, and it might be hard to see on the screen, that's an incredibly tight alley. So I'll be curious to see what FSD does in this scenario. We're also going to test pulling into a parking lot once we get to Walmart, and then I want to test whether or not FSD will back into my garage when we return. So without further ado, let's get it, right? Navigate to Walmart in Crossroads, Texas. We'll get that plugged in here. There it is. That's where we're going. I'm going to tap to start. You can see the Tron bike here pulling right out of the garage. Can you hear that? I don't know if you can hear the turn signal. Okay, so this is too tight. This is too tight of a turn here. And let's see what it does. Impressed is the word, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and then for some reason we decided we needed to stop. I'm not sure why, actually. But in any case, here we go. Standard parking lot. Excuse me. A few days ago, the GPS just stopped working on tests here. I don't know why. We installed 14.2 last night and it fixed it. I'm pausing. I don't know if the audio is going to pick up the turn signal sound. It's interesting. Don't love it, but it's fun. I like fun things. Anyway, so the GPS, sorry. It never fails. Like I do that. The only time I ever do that is when I'm recording a video. That never happens. Anyway, so GPS stopped working. And so because of that, navigation wouldn't work. I couldn't use FSD. I don't know what the problem was. So we have a service appointment scheduled for December the 8th, where we're going to take it in and have a few things done. We've got, I don't know, 17,500 miles on test here. And we're going to replace the windshield washer blades, the cabin filter, the HEPA filter, and then I'm going to have them just test the GPS module and try to figure out what kind of happened there. So quick observation here, we're in standard mode. 14.1.4 was just very assertive in all driving profiles. This one, not as aggressive. That's fun. So it feels a bit more smooth, and it seems to be a bit more mindful about what the actual speed limit is. I've mentioned this in a couple of my other videos. FSD likes to drive a good click above the posted speed limit, which makes a lot of people uncomfortable. This one seems to be, I say that, here we go. Let's see what happens here. So 34, 35, and a 30. You know, back before FSD changed my life, That was my upper limit, right? I didn't like to go much faster than 5 miles per hour above the posted speed limit. More to do with tickets than safety. But FSD would regularly drive 20 miles per hour over the posted speed limit just everywhere it went. And surprisingly, I never got a ticket, but I do appreciate the slower speed. I wonder if I were to bump it into hurry. Actually, yeah, hurry. You can see that it starts to creep up here a little bit, but not much, 37, 38. So it feels like it may be extending its upper limits on the speed limit when I move into hurry. But the driving behavior is similar, smooth across both of those driving profiles. I've never tried sloth. I've never even turned it on. I keep promising that I will, and I will get around to making a sloth video. One thing that I was curious about, if I go to autopilot, look at this. Wow. So now it's tracking how many miles I use FSD in comparison to total miles. 84% self-driving since version 14.2, which is interesting because I don't remember manually driving at all. But that aside, I'll continue to share this with you all when I make these videos, because I'm telling you right now, I don't drive my car. I love FSD, and it literally drives me everywhere I go. So I'm super excited about this, that it's now measuring and reporting on this information here. Marvelous. It's a very smooth turn. Flawless execution. I mean, to be fair, we're not challenging it all that much. It's a pretty simple path here, but very smooth. Very aware of the traffic around me, keeping a nice, safe distance. It's phenomenal. Maybe tilt this down just a bit. I don't know what your preference is, more windscreen or more control panel. I like for people to be able to see that I don't have my feet on the pedal down here. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to test it. Here, watch with me here. So I'm going to pull my phone out. I had heard that the attention monitoring would go down a little bit. And it used to be that when I would have a phone in my hand, the car would absolutely lose its mind. Like, hey, pay attention immediately. It would even come up and say phone detected in hand. And so here I am, I've got my phone in my hand, I'm looking down at the map here, phone in my left hand, and so far it doesn't seem to be giving me a problem. I'm actively looking at my phone right now, like it's in my hand, I'm scrolling. Wow, this is fantastic. I wonder, I'm gonna test it on the way back. I'll probably just pick the video up and roll it. Maybe I post it one, I don't know. I'm trying to get better at, being a good citizen when it comes to creating content for you all. And look at this, I'm just talking with the phone in my hand, and everything's great. So, parking lot. So it's interesting. It's gonna drive around the back of the store. So I'm not gonna let it do that. I don't want to do that. Let's see if it actually, oh, no, okay. It's just going to whip right in here and park. Okay, so quick thought on this. This is going to sound so petty, and I hate it that I'm going to say it. I don't know what just beeped or why, but anyway, maybe it's, I don't even want to say it. So if I were driving, I would obviously try to pick a spot a little closer to the door, right? And so this is the second time, not on 14.2, but 14.1.4. It parked way over there on the other side somewhere. I'm not going to complain. It's not a complaint, but I am going to move the car. I want to be closer to the door. I want to be closer to cart returns. So for me, maybe it's a setting. And I noticed 14, was it 14.1.4? I can't remember if it was 14.1.4 or 13.2.9. Actually did do that. It parked as close to the door as possible. But in 14.1.4, 14.2, it's just grabbing parking. For those of you who are curious, it does seem to ignore handicap. Like it won't park in a handicap spot or other designated spots. So overall, super impressed. I wish that it was a bit more aware of, you know, where the front door was, and would try to get me a little closer to the door. But I'm completely okay with this. So I haven't decided yet if it's going to be another video, if it might be this video. But the second part of this, whether I join the videos together or make a part 2, is the drive home, where we're going to continue to test. I'm going to have the phone in my hand the entire time. I'm going to look at it. I might even try to send like a text and just see what the car does. And then we also want to test for whether or not it will back into my driveway and into my garage at home. So that's going to be an exciting test. Stay tuned for that. All right. Hello, friends. We are done in Walmart. So this is either a continuation of another video or it's part 2. We'll see. So FSD 14.2 running in Tron mode here, which means nothing other than it just looks cool. I've got the home address plugged in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to test a couple of things. So we're going to be in standard. We're going to navigate to the house. It's just a short ride down the road. We're going to see if FSD can back into the driveway and park in the garage. We'll see. I don't know. Another thing we're going to take a look at is if you've ever been in FSD, you know that in the parking lots, it's very slow, it's very patient, and we're looking to see if there's maybe a little bit more natural behavior there. So we're going to test parking lot. We're also going to test attention monitoring. I'm actually going to pick up my phone once we get going here in a minute and send a text message and see if the car will let me do it. We'll see. So a quick note on 14.2, in the start self-driving, in the down, if you click the drop down, you have options here. You can tell it I want to be in standard. At my destination, I want to park. I have charger here specified, which is supposed to tell it that I need to back in, right? So we'll see what that looks like. So let's minimize that, get that out of the way. We're going to tap to start self-driving, and away we go. So right away, I can tell you it backs out very confidently. We've got some pedestrians coming up here on the right. And it pauses. So perfect execution. It does a good job waiting for the pedestrians. Just fantastic. All right, so we're going to straighten out here. Probably going to navigate around these folks a little bit. And we're creeping along. 6, 7 miles per hour, 8. So still a little slow, but I can tell you it's a little bit more confident in the parking lot now. So this feels really good to me. So here we're going to be just that Tron sound. I hope that comes across on the video. We'll see. It might be a little too light. So we're going to take this right-hand turn here. And then once I get up on 424, that's when I'm going to pick up the phone and actually try to send a text message. I will tell you this. There's no scenario in which I would be able to do that in any previous version of FSD. And I'm not even certain that we'll be able to do it here today, right? As soon as I pick up my phone, I get a little alert here on the screen that says phone detected in hand or device detected in hand, something to that effect. So that's the first thing we're going to look for once I grab the phone. And again, I'm not trying to not pay attention. There are, just like it or not, there are situations in life where you occasionally have to look at your phone or interact with your phone. It's just a part of things. Responsible drivers understand how to control that and do it in a responsible way, right? Even if I'm not sending a text message, I do need to occasionally glance at it, double check a thing quickly, or, and I'm doing it right now, you can't see my face, you need to be looking at the map. Again, notice the 3D map. I am intentionally very downward focused right now, looking at my map. You have to adjust music, you know, your climate control, HVAC. Maybe you want to make a call. There's lots of reasons why for a few seconds your eyes are not, you know, explicitly focused on the road. And FSD historically just doesn't like it when you're not looking straight ahead. When there are practical reasons to occasion, it has faulted me in the past for looking left too long, checking traffic. So it's been a bit overkill. And anyway, so now we're on 424 here. I'm going to pick up the phone. It's in my hand. I'm waving it at the camera to let them know. I'm going to open it up here. I'm opening up a text message. This is my lovely wife. If you're pausing and reading, nothing crazy going on here. So I've got the phone in my hand, and I'm just going to type a message. So there it says, it's got me. I looked immediately up. All right. So it did ping me. I noticed it kind of out of my peripheral. I looked up, it immediately went away. The phone is still in my hand, and I'm able to kind of proofread my message here. And I'm going to send it. And there it goes. So I've got it, and I'm going to set it back down. So again, I'm not advocating for unsafe driving. What I'm saying is sometimes it is necessary. You need to double check a thing. You need to double check a message with an address. Something. Maybe, maybe a relative text you. Anyway, that aside, the test was, can I interact with my phone? The answer is yes. I was able to pick it up. It didn't get mad at me for picking it up. It gave me a little bit more grace there. I've been looking around and intentionally trying to appear kind of distracted. Right now I'm looking at the back of the Insta360 at the camera quality. I'm heads down on the map right now. I'm off to the right looking at this house with this really nice backyard here. So it's given me a lot of grace. I can see that they are continuing to make steps in a truly autonomous, unsupervised future, which I'm so excited for. So anyway, so far so good. A lot of really great tests. Navigating out of the parking lot just fine. I was able to interact with my phone. I'm able to spend a little bit more time just kind of looking at checking the map here. I want to make sure that it handles the home situation, and it's really great. So far, 14.2 is unbelievable. It's smooth. We did have that one little kind of brake jab in the alleyway behind the house. I don't know if it saw a puddle or something concerned it a bit, but that was after it flawlessly executed pulling into that alley around the trash cans. If I were driving, I wouldn't even have done it. I would have gone to the right. So just super, super impressed. Like, I just want to get in the car and ride around in it all day. As a matter of fact, maybe I'll go out here in the near future and make some Uber videos for you. I just love being in this car, and I love sharing this experience. If you're in the Dallas area, by the way, hit me up. I'll come pick you up. We'll go ride around all day together. I'll let you drive it. We'll have a good time. I love sharing this experience. I'm super excited to see what it does when it gets to the driveway here. And just so you know, if it doesn't do it today, there will come a time in the near future where it will back into my driveway, back into my garage, and someday it'll plug itself in. So I mean, yes, I love it. This is 14.2 is by far the best version of FSD I have ever experienced. I should wait. So it's gonna, cool, sweet. It's gonna pull right back into this alley here. Again, on trash days, we have, this little obstacle course here. It's navigating around this. This is a 1-lane alley, so no oncoming traffic here today. So I haven't actually had the opportunity yet to see how FSD manages that when there's an oncoming car. That'll be an interesting test. So again, we do have charger. So it knows it's supposed to back in, but we've got some problems here. We've got the neighbor's truck, which creates a challenge for backing up. We've got the trash cans here. So it'll be interesting to see what it does. And pulling over to the right here. So we'll see what it does. My garage is already opening. And you can't see this, but the neighbor's truck is super close. Wow, the precision. Wow. So it's going to execute a little forward pull here. I've got the trash cans in the way behind me. As a matter of fact, yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's a little confused. It doesn't know what to do. I might have to. Let's see what it does here. Yeah, it looks like it's going to abandon it. That's unfortunate because, or is it going to try it again from a different angle? It's going to try it. Oh no. Okay, yeah. So this is not going to work right now, but it almost did. And so let's just see. I'm curious. Is it going to try to back all the way out of this alley? What is it going to do here? Let me see. This is interesting. I don't know where it's going. I don't know what it's going to try to do here. So it's just backing me down the alley here. I wonder if it's going to try to go around to the front of the house. So we're backing into somebody else's driveway. It's turning around, I think. Or is it just going to park here and call it done? Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to fault it. I think it's interesting that it backed down the alley and parked in somebody else's driveway. It did try to back into my driveway. But if you're looking at the video, look at the video. You'll see I've got 2 trash cans kind of obstructing, and then I've got the neighbor's truck obstructing. So a very tight situation for FSD there, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So this is what I do on approach here. I wish I could just send this in so that, right? So I'm going to go to the right and then kind of whip my nose here way up like this. And so this is going to give me the right approach that I need. And I think most human drivers, and look at all this room that I've got here, right? And so as I back up, I kind of know where I need to go. I'm aware of the truck here. It's easy for me to execute. So that's a thing that I would hope in the future FSD can kind of work out. But again, I'm just not going to fault it in that situation. I'll pause here in just a moment so you can see what I'm talking about. The neighbor's vehicle, it prevents me from being able to easily kind of back into the drive. And then if you look over here, and I don't know what you can see, if you look over here to my left, what you're going to see is trash can sitting here. So that kind of blocks the corner of the drive. So we've got obstacles, and then the fence here, right? So there's literally obstacles on every corner here, which admittedly is a difficult situation for FSD to try to navigate. But again, I know that one day it'll be able to handle situations like that. I have noticed, I was in a Cybertruck last weekend, similar kind of situation where it was a very tight spot where it was backing out of, and I had to, my camera visibility is limited, possible, right? We'll see which one it's talking about. I just had the windshield cleaned. It's been raining, so maybe I just have some debris or something on the camera that we need to take a look at. Anyway, that concludes our FSD 14.2 test. Overall, I'm super satisfied, super happy. I think it performed really, really well. The challenge is here again, and you can probably see it better now. We've got the fence, we've got the truck, we've got the Jeep, we've got the trash cans, and that was just a little bit too much for the car to overcome when backing in the driveway here, which is unfortunate. But in any case, that's it, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. That's how the YouTube algorithm continues dishing out our content, which is what we're trying to do here. We want to share this experience with as many people as possible. As always, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.